Alrighty guys, welcome back to another scripting video. Today we're going to be taking a look at functions and how they work. So functions, what are they? Functions hold blocks of code that will run when called by its name, followed by some parentheses. A function basically is code holding more code. It's kind of like a module script, whether you know how they work or not yet. You'll understand that later. Obviously there's a bit more to functions. You can pass parameters like name and player to get players' names and things like that. For now, we're just going to be sticking with the basics and seeing how we can write a function, how they work, and why we should use them. Alrighty, so if we're looking up here at the top where I've declared a function and I've just written function on joined followed by some parentheses. So this is declaring a function. Next, underneath that, we've got the code we want to run. I'm just doing with the basics. I'm just using the print function. And I'm using a pair of brackets and a string that has the value of fired. So after that, the script automatically adds an end for us. And then when we want to call our function, all we need to do is write the function's name up here. So basically you could just copy and paste this and paste it back. And what's going to happen is this is just going to call this function. Obviously we have nil parameters in here at the moment. Nil means nothing. So yeah, let's see how this runs. As you can see in our output down here, it has fired the function, and if I click on it, it takes us to the exact line of code that has printed this message. So functions, what could we use them for? Well, functions can be used for a lot of things. They can be used for storing code for a later date, like a player joined script. We can pass parameters to. So for example, we can declare a function. So we can just do function and we'll just make this player joined. And I'm going to put a pair of parentheses on there. And I'm also going to put a parameter. I'm going to make a video on parameters later date. So don't worry about these for now. Just type as I do. Player. And then, as you can see, it's posting an error. Just put enter. And it should make an automatic end. Once we're in here, we can just print. If you watch my concatenation video, you know what I'm doing here. I'm just basically stitching the two values together. The player's name, and we're just going to add a string to that, a concatenated string, and we're just going to say has joined the game. So I'm going to do player dot name dot to concatenate, 2 dots, space, and then I'm going to put another space here so it looks all nice. I'm just going to has joined the game. So now that we've got our function laid down, we've got our parameter as player. Again, don't worry about this. I'll make a video on this at a later date. And we've just concatenated the player's name. Obviously, we don't have the player passed to the name yet. Stitching the player's name value, so whatever the player's name is. And then we're just printing has joined to the game to the output. So what should happen here is it's going to go my username, which is jacksmith_1000.
Emotional damage!
I know, cringe. Emotional damage. And also going to concatenate a string to that which says has joined the game. If we click run, nothing's going to happen because we haven't called our function. So click stop, and down here I'm going to make it so that when the player joins the game, it's going to pass the parameter to the function up here. We're going to pass the player's name, and then what we're going to do is print that player's name has joined the game. So all we need to do is game, we're getting the game, that's just the game in general, dot players, we're getting the players service, dot player added event. It's a call it an event, colon connect, and as you can see, we're connecting another function. Functions can also be nameless. People like to call them names, but I'm going to pass the player as the parameter. So whatever has joined the player, the game, is going to be passed as this variable player. It's basically just a mini variable that carries information. That's basically what it is. And then what we're going to do is, remember, as I said before, we can pass the player, we can connect the function and pass the player as our parameter. So what we can do is just copy and paste this line right here, and paste it into your player added function. Okay, so now what's going to happen is that once a player joins joins the server, what's going to happen is the player join function, which we declared up here, is going to be fired, passing the player, which is what we got up here, what has joined the game. We're passing the player's parameter up to the function in here, and then we're just printing player, dot name, and then has joined the game. So what should happen now is if I click play, watch my output. As you can see down here in the output, right here, what's happened is it's detected what my username is, and it has concatenated the string together, which has joined the game. Anyways, guys, that's going to be all for this video. Thank you so very much for watching. I also want to say I recently made a new Discord server, so if you want to join that, it's all about Roblox scripting and teaching you guys about Lua and Roblox API. So if you're interested in that, link will be in the description. And I'll also flash a card to the video up the top in the right corner if you want to see the showcase video. But other than that, guys, thank you so very much for watching. See you next time.